Hello and welcome back to Kallay Bros and Cryptos. I'm Ian,
And I am Shane.
and today we want to talk a little bit about market capitalization and what that means and how it affects the price and dictates the price essentially of different cryptocurrencies. So I know personally, in my experience, I have bought Dogecoin because I was like, why not? It's like pennies. I can own 40,000 of it, and it's going to go up to $300 potentially, and I could be rich off of that tiny little investment. And I know you've had some similar experiences there, but I was very misguided and emotional in those decisions. And yeah, do you want to kind of explain why, Shane? Please
Yeah,
tell me.
so um, traditionally, when we look at something, we always look at the price. You go in the grocery store, you see that a box of cereal is $3. Well, if there's another box of cereal for $300, it seems very obvious which box of cereal you want to buy, right? Not the one that you're going to have to pay $300 for. And it's a lot more fun to own 10,000 of something than it is to own 0.003 of something, right?
Yes.
Just as human nature, you like to own a lot of whatever it is, and if you can buy it cheap, that's great. However, cryptocurrency doesn't necessarily work that way. And it's also not like the stock market where you have to buy one share of a particular coin in order to really own a significant amount of that particular project. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen just to give a little explanation as to what market cap is and why you need to pay attention to it when it comes to the price. So here we go. Um, Probably three of the four most popular coins, I think, amongst the regular populace. I've got Bitcoin, I've got Dogecoin, Shiba Inu. I'm sure Ethereum would have been a good one to put up on here, but I felt like these are three good coins to go ahead and compare here. So we have Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin has a market cap of about $680 billion. Um, Now that's a lot of money invested into one particular project. Um, and the reason why Bitcoin is so expensive is because there are only about 19 million Bitcoin in supply, or in circulation right now. Now, if I take the market cap, which is all the money that has been invested in Bitcoin, and divide it by the circulating supply, that's what gives me the price here. Or you could go ahead, you know, going back to seventh grade math here, just change a couple of the variables. We can go ahead, multiply the price by the circulating supply, and that's how we end up getting
Market
um,
cap.
or getting the market cap right here.
Yeah.
Now, the larger the market cap is, the more stable of a project it is, meaning it's not going to go up as significantly as something that has a smaller market cap, but it's also not going to go down as significantly either. The more stable that particular asset becomes. So, um, so taking a look at something uh, uh, like Dogecoin, it did have a very small market cap at one point, and its market cap actually exploded last year at the very beginning of the year when everyone kind of got in on the Doge craze,
Yeah, the Elon Musk
and
thing.
and its price went from like 0.002 cents all the way up to, I believe it was like
75.
70.
Yeah, it was like
It was
it was
75
75 or
cents.
give or take. Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, so like around 75 cents. And um, it's crazy to think that like people were thinking, oh, Dogecoin is going to go to $10. Dogecoin is going to go to $100. Well, its market cap is already
18
$18
billion.
million
Yeah.
dollars. Yeah, $18 billion and 14 cents. So in order to just get to a dollar, um, Dogecoin needed a market cap of around 70, 80, 90 billion dollars. It did almost get there, but multiply that by 10 to get to something like $10. That's saying Dogecoin would need a $1 trillion market cap, which would be way bigger than Bitcoin. Um, is it possible?
Yes.
Yes.
But well, it all comes down to the circulating supply, and I think if you look at those three numbers, on the right there, Shane, the circulating supply, like that's it. Is that you have 132 trillion, I believe that is, right? Is it a trillion?
Or 132 billion.
Billion, yeah, Dogecoin versus $19 million in Bitcoin, and then 550 trillion Shiba in circulation. So in order for Shiba to reach $1, you would have to have a market cap of 550 trillion. And I know there will be people maybe who's watching this video who are saying, well, they can burn coins. That's a whole other thing, and we'll get into that down the road, which is true. But the feasibility of it is not necessarily there at the moment. You know, things can always change. But we are looking specifically at the market cap in terms of how expensive, quote unquote, that cereal box is, right? to go back to your analogy there. So that's what we really want to look at more, and how stable it is, and how, I mean, the potential return too. I know some smaller caps have higher return that way.
Hey, and going back to the cereal box example, if you're buying the Wheaties box with Michael Jordan on it from the early 1990s when he won his championships, those cereal boxes are going to be worth that $300, right?
But there are not that many in circulation.
Versus your generic brand of Cheerios that you get from Sam's Club for 6 boxes for $2. Those aren't necessarily going to be worth as much money. So
exactly.
That's another thing to go ahead and think about it. That's your Dogecoin versus your Bitcoin.
And
the value of each coin is much more valuable, because there's so much less of those particular things in supply.
Exactly. And I mean, and that's exactly it. So to conclude, look at the market capitalization. How much is that coin worth, quote unquote? Number 2, look at the circulating supply, and that'll give you a realistic price target. And this is just, we want you to do your own research on what you want to invest. And then the third thing is just be realistic about it. There's no possible way that you could have $550 trillion pumped into Shiba. So be realistic about it. So, So I think that concludes our video.
You forgot the fifth thing, Ian. Fifth thing.
This is not financial advice.
Make sure you smash the like button and hit the subscribe button. And go ahead and leave a comment or question in the in the description below.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, please do. We're still very, very young, and we're working out a lot of the kinks to the videos, and we appreciate the commentary that you guys have been giving us so far. So please keep that up, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
All right.
Kallay Bros out.